Hi Capricorn, here is your ex-partner reading for the month of March. Please be aware it is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, please check your moon and rising signs. Also, as I said, this is for the ex-partner. So obviously, if you're not interested in your ex-partner anymore, then obviously this is not the reading for you, okay? I have done the 2-row spread. This is the row for yourself and this is the row for your ex-partner. And like I say all the time, sometimes the messages and the energies can get crossed over. So if I'm talking about you and it feels that it fits more or that message fits more with your ex-partner, then you need to apply that message to suit your own particular situation. Now, up here, for you, we have the Empress. The Empress is number 3 and it is a major arcana. There's a few things I want to say with the Empress. First of all, it can often predict pregnancy, okay? Now, it can touch on the fact that maybe while you were both together, maybe you were wanting to have a child within this relationship. But maybe your ex-partner was against that, okay? Also, the Empress as an energy is somebody that prefers to have a more conventional relationship. You know, they're not the type of person that's in it for just fun or a one-night stand. They're looking for that true commitment within a relationship. So this can again be touching on how you felt while you were with this person. About how you was hoping that it was going to bring that proper committed relationship into your life. Or for some of you, as I said, it could be that some of you were hoping to become pregnant, you know, wanting a child, and maybe your ex-partner was against that. And maybe that in itself had created some issues in regards to this relationship. On your ex-partner's side, we have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. The 9 of Pentacles, it can touch on how your ex-partner may not have been fully committed to this relationship and to yourself. And it can very much talk about how they may have said to you that they may have wanted to have that conversation with you whereby, you know, it's now time to actually talk about our future together. To talk about what it is that you want and they want. And like I said, it may very well be that for you, you may have been wanting a child and more of a commitment within this relationship. And they may have felt that they weren't able to give that or offer that to you. Now, here we have the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords, when it's reversed, it can sometimes talk about how something, you know, could be revealed to you. It could be for some of you that maybe your partner had a third party, because it can talk about a third party interference here. It can talk about an affair. It can talk about a betrayal and deception. And if that is the case, it can talk about your ex-partner being found out, the secret being revealed. Now, the thing is, on their side, we do have the Three of Cups, and it is reversed. And the Three of Cups, especially when it is reversed, it can talk about a third party interference. And if they weren't fully committed to you, maybe that's why they were messing about with somebody else. Because they were not fully committed to you and this relationship. Now, it may very well be that you already are aware of this. Or for some of you, this may very well come to light during this month, okay? The thing is here for you, we have one of the most positive cards here in the tarot. We have the Sun card. The Sun card, it talks about feeling optimistic. It talks about feeling rejuvenated again. It literally talks and highlights how we feel when it's, the sun is shining, that sometimes we could have the world on our shoulders. But when it's a beautiful sunny day, somehow we just feel more optimistic and we feel more lifted. Regardless of what happens here, you have the Sun card, which tells me that you're going to be okay. Now, on their side, they have the World card. And the World card is number 21 in the Major Arcana. It's the last card in the Major Arcana. And it talks about one whole chapter of their life ended. It's kind of like where you've learned everything and experienced everything you've needed to learn and do within one chapter. And now a whole new chapter is beginning. But it can also talk about how this whole chapter of this relationship is now coming to an end. It could as well, for some, as it's fallen below this Three of Cups, for some, it could be talking about how that chapter of that third party interference is now coming to an end. Your outcome card is the High Priestess. It is number 2 in the Major Arcana. With the High Priestess, the need here is for you to listen to your intuition, because quite often when it shows up in this reverse position, it can talk about how somebody may have had a hidden agenda. And it can talk about how the other person may very well have been involved with you purely, and I don't wish to offend anyone here, but purely for sex. More of a friends with benefits type situation. But you were not aware of that. You were up here being the Empress, wanting commitment, feeling that maybe they were going to offer you a secure and committed relationship. Only to discover that there has been betrayal and deception. I do feel for the majority because of a third-party interference. Because ultimately the ex-partner was not committed enough to you. And we see that again here with the High Priestess. A lack of commitment. And the need for you to listen to your inner voice now. The need for you to use your intuition more than your logic. Because you, I feel deep down, know that this whole relationship was completely out of balance. You were committed to this person and they were not committed to you. And down here again we have the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Pentacles as their outcome card. And this talks about a lack of focus. Not focusing enough on this relationship. You see, they've started this whole new chapter of their life. Maybe this whole new chapter of their life is with that third party. And we see them here not focused, not committed. You know, this is going to be a short reading here, because my view, as I said from the very beginning, is I feel that you were the one that was much more committed in this relationship. And they really were not offering commitment, did not want commitment. Maybe, yes, for a lot of you, there was a third party interference. Or maybe there was more than one person. Because if they were with you for a friends with benefits type of situation, just for sex, then they may very well have been doing the same to other people. But ultimately, you are going to be okay here. You have that Sun card there. And the Sun card has come below that Seven of Swords that talks about betrayal and deception. But having the Sun card up underneath it shows that you're going to be fine. Things are going to work out positively for you. I don't see a reconciliation between the two of you. And to be honest with you, if my description is right here, and your ex-partner was behaving in this way, then really you wouldn't want to have a reconciliation with somebody that was treating you in that way. So Capricorn, that does conclude this reading. It is a very short reading. I don't feel I need to clarify. We see him or her not focused on this relationship at all. And we see you needing to use your intuition now, because you instinctively felt and feel that this whole situation was out of balance. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. I will be back again really soon to do your love reading. Thank you. Bye.